Alright, this video is a review and slash unboxing, even though it's already unboxed, on the Savior Specialist LRP 55-inch gun case. The SKU on it is right there. Let me set that aside and we'll go over the case. Alright, so I'm videoing this by hand, but I'll do the best I can. I've got almost everything I would take to a PRS match in this bag or this case right now. So I have the strap, shoulder strap, hooked up to it, which is pretty good. I wanted to go ahead and show the action and scope cover slash carrying handle and the muzzle end or barrel protector. And basically I've got it adjusted and strapped with the 3 straps that go completely under the rifle or the action. And then the muzzle end, this is on a bungee, so basically you would unclip these on the bottom. Let me sling it over on the side. So on the bottom it's got the buckles, 3 of them. So basically you'd undo those buckles when you're ready to shoot or start your stage, and you would take off this portion of it and it would lift straight off, and then you could get the muzzle part off. And then when you put it back on, I always just put it on, put the muzzle end on, and then bring this back part back and over the scope, and then just clip your buckles in. And it's got the Velcro loop side MOLLE all the way across this side, and then I believe it has the same thing on the other side. Yes, it does. So you could attach all kinds of different things there. You could put your shot timer in here or just anything you would potentially need. But anyway, I wanted to cover that real quick. Alright, let's go over some of the features of the bag or the case. This is the large compartment, outer compartment. This is the smaller outer compartment. Both are fairly good size. Okay, on the zippers, I've seen on several other or all other reviews of this particular gun case where they show this zipper going to this corner and it stops, and then they'll take this one to this corner, and then they'll make it look like that's the only access you have on both outer pockets. Well, that's not the case. If you take this zipper and go all the way to this corner, and then the other zipper goes all the way to this corner, now this whole top flips over and giving you complete 100% access to this outer pocket. And you can see that I've got a fairly large double pole tripod in here, my spotting scope, and my bipod. Now on this side, the pocket opens up the same way, but let me show you something on the zippers. So when you bring the zippers together, you could put like a lock right there if you were going to use this to travel with on an airplane or something. But these zippers open up the same way. You take this one and go to this corner. This one goes all the way around to that corner, and then it gives you 100% access to this pocket. You can see that I've only got one small tripod in here, which is not real small, but still a smaller tripod. And then I got my ballistic rangefinder in here, and I'm waiting on some parts to come in today that are actually attachments for the larger tripod. And those attachments, it's just going to be a wide base, an ARCA base for the large tripod, and on that base it's going to have an ARCA clamp for my spotting scope, and then a monopole for my windsock, and then a mount or a monopole for my ballistic rangefinder. Okay, so let me get these closed up and we'll look at the inside. Before we go to the inside, I just wanted to show that it does have this Velcro. This would be the loop side, but it also has all these MOLLE webbing built into it, so pretty nice. Okay, let me get them closed up and then we'll go to the inside of the main case. All right, I got them closed up. To access the main case, we're going to be opening up these two zippers here and undoing the handle Velcro. And then before I do that, I wanted to show you that it does have a convenient shoulder strap, and it's very comfortable. But I'm going to unclip one of the shoulder straps, or one end, and just throw it over the back side so that when we open up the case, it won't be in the way. And then before I do that, let's just take a look at the back. It's got this nice double shoulder strap, as if it was like a backpack. Haven't obviously tried it yet, but it looks pretty nice and be pretty comfortable. All right, so what you got to do is undo this Velcro. Hard to do while holding a camera, obviously. All right, Velcro's undone, and we're going to take one zipper and go all the way. Oh, one thing I did forget is these clamps here, these snap buckles. That just is extra security to keep that closed and reduce the stress on the zippers. All right, we'll get that zipped around to that corner, and we'll get this one zipped to this corner. All right, and then I just use the handle to pull the top up. And like I said, this is pretty much loaded as if you were going to go to a PRS match. So I have everything that I would take to a PRS match in this bag or case. Over here, I just got some confirmation on my Zero little sticky targets. I'll go ahead and open up and show you. So I'll place, one of those at the 100-yard target, confirm my Zero. I don't have anything in this back case right here, this little zipper pocket. So I just have the targets over there, nothing in here. And then I've got my dope cards, data on previous engagement cards, that will Velcro to the attachment on the rifle. So that's what I've got in that zipper pocket. And these zippers conveniently push inside here so that they can't possibly come undone whenever the case is being transported. All right, so looking at the main area of the case, it comes with this scope and action cover with the muzzle protector also, that is attached with bungees and clips. Very handy. So if you have your rifle out, you can put this on after you shoot a stage or before you're going to shoot the stage, and have your action and scope protected from any dirt or debris flying around. Same with the muzzle end. Obviously had this one unzipped. These are removable pockets. They're both unzipped, but these are removable pockets. Let me get them zipped up. I'm gonna set the camera down for a second. Get them both zipped up. Okay, they're both removable. I'll go ahead and remove one. Obviously it's Velcro. Very nice and secure. It didn't just come right off, and it also helps keep your muzzle between the two of these removable cases. It helps keep that muzzle centered in here even though it's strapped down. Okay, so on the gun straps that strap it down to the case, there's one here that straps your barrel, and then there's one in the center. Obviously with the scope cover on, this strap is not long enough to go all the way from strap to strap, but it conveniently velcros to this Velcro molly right here. Alright, so that's holding that down. And then on the rear, on the comb side, you have this strap. So the gun itself is in there. I'm going to wiggle it around. It is not coming loose or anything. It's secured in there. Very nice setup. And then on the spine of the case, what you would be sitting on the ground if this was together and not opened up yet, is a spot for your cleaning rod. So if you're at a match or something and you have a case or something get stuck in your chamber, you can have a cleaning rod to go in through the muzzle side and get that case loose if you had to. I haven't had that issue obviously ever, but it is possible. All right, on these removable little pocket bags here. There's plenty of room in there. Like this has the Garmin muzzle velocity chronograph, and then I have a Kestrel, and then this battery pack is for the barrel cooler, and then I also have the shot timer 2 in here, and then a extra battery, basically if your Kestrel or your muzzle device or chronograph dies, or your shot timer, you have an exterior battery pack to get those charged back up. Alright, let me get this put back in here and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, this is a pretty well thought out rifle case. Definitely, probably one of the best rifle cases I've seen. So to put it back together, to close it, you just make sure those are in the corners and just run your zipper. I do one halfway. Let me reach across here. And then just do the other one. And then put your handle together. And your 2 buckles. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I forgot anything. Obviously the shoulder strap connections are right here on the bag, and they feel like they're aluminum. They definitely don't feel like they're plastic. No, they're definitely aluminum or some kind of metallic material. I don't think I forgot anything. I'll flip it over. We'll look at the back strap one more time, or the backpack strap. Okay, got it flipped over. But yeah, the backpack strap, I've got the ends just tucked in here, the loose ends. So if you wanted to use it as far as like a backpack, just pull these out, get the appropriate amount of relief you need, and then it's got a chest strap right here to keep everything nice and tight on your chest. And that's pretty much it. One cool thing I did notice that no one ever says in the reviews is in this box that it comes in. I'm going to try to get a video of this. But there is a target right there that you can cut off of this box. Another target right there you could cut off the box. And there's several, or there's 2 bigger targets, look like full-size IPSC size targets there. There's 2, they're stacked on top of each other. And then you have what looks like 3 12-inch targets here. And then these little 6-inch targets, or 5-inch, whatever they are, continue all the way around. So there's multiple uses for the box, many targets. Anyway, that really concludes this video. If you have any questions or anything like that on the case, maybe I forgot something, just hit me up on an email and I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks.